Alright guys, Kevin here, and no, I did not lose my impeccable fashion sense overnight. I am wearing these fatigues to remind people that I, Kevin Cormier, am a combat veteran, and that's going to take the sting off of what I have to say, because a lot of times when we criticize combat veterans, especially those running for office, people act like they're beyond reproach, and people on the right put up this wall. And the elites know that. And that's why they run these combat veterans as candidates to be their little puppets. But here's the thing. We've been screwed over so many times by this trick. Go back to George Bush Sr. This guy's shot down in World War II. You know, this World War II hero. Then we have John McCain. Oh yeah, he's a hero. He was captured by the Viet Cong. And we've been screwed over by all of them. John Kerry, Tom Cotton. It's the same old story played over and over again. And right now I'm looking out past 2020 and there's one person that I'm seeing being promoted right now, and he seems like a great guy, by the way. I think he looks good, but we have to question that. We have to be wary. And that's the point of this video, because today's video is all about whether Dan is the man or is Dan the man. And I'm talking about Dan Crenshaw. So I am 35 years old, and throughout my lifetime there has never been a populist movement, whether it's right-wing populists or left-wing populists, that's taken any political ground in this country until now. I mean, if you look at all the major elections, going back to Bush-Dukakis, from there to McCain-Obama, it's always been the same story. A neocon versus a neolib, or a globalist versus a globalist. These people love power, and they will do anything to take power back from us. Look what they did to the Tea Party. It got co-opted by the Koch crowd really quickly, and the party just dissolved after that. So now we have this movement. We have to be vigilant. We cannot give them an inch. And they will use everything at their disposal to destroy us. Billions of dollars, major institutions. And they will also run fake candidates, puppet candidates, who are posing as patriots and populists. We see this every election cycle. People running as fake patriots and fake populists, and they're total snakes in the grass. And we can't question them, we can't look into them because they're veterans and they're beyond reproach, but then they let us down, and we should have all seen it coming. Whether you're talking about John McCain and Tom Cotton on the right, or people like Richard Ojeda on the left, the guy who wore the tight muscle shirts with the American flag right here, and he talked like a true American patriot, till he got off camera and he put on his real clothes and his real voice, and we saw his real agenda was thoroughly anti-American. Now we have Pete Buttigieg. This is a guy who's running as a populist, a patriot, and a Christian, and of course he's a veteran, so we can't look into his background, but if you do, you see that he is a total piece of human garbage. You know, he's running as a Christian and a populist. This is a guy who is a child of the 0.001%. He went to Harvard. He was in the Department of Naval Intelligence. They're always, part of the intelligence agencies or high-tier operator groups. He's a Rhodes Scholar, just like Bill Clinton and many other of these globalists. And then there's the gay thing. Guys, I don't care that Mayor Pete Buttigieg is gay. What I do care about is that he is running as a holier-than-thou Christian and attacking Mike Pence for holding traditional Christian values because he is against gay marriage. I mean, if we're going to have religion, what's the point if we're going to change the religion to fit the times? If we're going to do that, we might as well change Christianity to Satanism, because then it will fit the times we're living in. And that's the thing about these people. They will use subversion. They will do whatever it takes. They will destroy all of our institutions, undo all of our traditions, burn America to the ground if it means that's what it takes to get power. Because that's all they care about, is consolidating power and destroying anyone who dissents against them. And we see it happening all the time now with the deplatforming and unpersoning. And guys, it's only going to get worse. And what scares me is that if Mayor Pete is the left wing of that bird, then Dan Crenshaw might be the right wing of that bird. On face value, Dan Crenshaw looks great, and I agree with everything he says. But when you look into his background, it reads just like Mayor Pete's and all of these others. The child of privilege of an oil executive, he traveled the world as a kid, going all over the place, just like Obama and Clinton and all these other people did. He then joins the military, which I commend. And here's the thing, I love and respect our military guys. You know who I don't love and respect? The intelligence agencies. When you talk about Navy SEALs and these top tier groups, there's way too much intermarrying going on there. Way too much for my comfort. He then gets out of the military and goes to Harvard University. Big red flag there. How many veterans are going to Harvard? Guys, I'm not your typical veteran, and I guess if I begged my parents, they might have sent me to Harvard, but the GI Bill definitely wouldn't pay for it. And my parents would have had to give a hell of a donation to Harvard for me to get in with my average grades. So, I didn't study. I never did homework. I just took tests. I did a little bit of studying, but I always thought I was too smart for my own good, and that's a problem I realize now as an adult. But yeah, I wouldn't have got into Harvard, and not many veterans would, especially not many white veterans, because we already know that Harvard has higher standards for whites and Asians than any other group. So yeah, there's that. And then there's the big thing, that he was thrust into the media spotlight overnight. And how did he get thrust into the spotlight? SNL. SNL, who shapes all of the political narratives that we see nowadays. Going back to Sarah Palin, look at what they did with her. They said, oh yeah, I can see Alaska from my backyard. Sarah Palin never said that. Tina Fey said that, and then everybody started to believe that Sarah Palin said that because SNL is total propaganda. And so I worry about that. The whole, oh, he insults this guy and then they make up and then he's all over the news. It's just something that raises a red flag for me. Okay, and I just want you guys to know it's okay to criticize veterans. It's okay to look into these people. Don't just think because they are a veteran, they are pro-America or populist. And so yes, we have to be vigilant, and not just with that, with everything, because we have a little bit of power now. And if we want to keep that power and grow that power, we have to play the same dirty games that they play. As I say all the time, we have to stop being reactionary and start being revolutionary. Anyway, guys, I'm going to do another video soon talking about how we can, really troll the left better. But if you like this video, please share it. Please subscribe to the channel. And I rely on you guys to share the videos because you know how they are with my channel and many others like mine. Nobody gets notifications. They're trying to crush that dissent. But yeah, you can also support the channel. It's paypal.me, that's M-E, /HailHydra1, H-E-I-L-A-H-Y-D-R-A. Yeah, I got it. Okay. 1. That's number 1, not O-N-E. So I always have a hard time wrapping these videos up, but I gotta say one more thing. I like Dan Crenshaw from what I've seen so far, but if I was going into a position like he is, as a veteran and a populist right-winger, the first thing I would do was pass a bill, introduce legislation to raise the retirement and pay for our military, specifically our enlisted men and women. They are criminally underpaid. Now, after that, I would start going after the left as hard as I could. And I would go after the left-wingers in our military and in our institutions that are destroying them from within. Without a doubt, I would start attacking these generals. I would start attacking these people in the intelligence agencies, exposing them at risk to my own self and my career. Because one stand like that is more important than 20 years of public service. Anyway, that's just me, guys. I want to also say I really love and appreciate you guys. I love responding to your comments and emails, and I love that you watch my channel. Guys, I'll show you the glass before I go too. That's the new glass I put out. It's Fenton and Northwood, but I love this blue stuff. Some people ask about it, so I thought I'd show it. Anyway, guys, I'm out.